So we have 12 years, back to school, confusion, lies, steal, kill, and destroy. What do they have in common? What do they have to do with each other? So the devil is the father of lies. It's the author of confusion. He wants to steal, kill, and destroy. But what does back to school have to do with that and 12 years? Glad you asked. Let's go there real quick. So the devil has been searching. He roams the earth, right? Like we know, he's roaming around like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. Here's the thing. He's looking for the most unguarded, unprotected place where he's mostly unrivaled. Okay? Where would that be? That would be in the land of kids. Why is that kids? Because we don't protect or guard or teach them or really cover them like we should. So the devil has found a way that he can access the entire earth, spread the virus as fast as possible without being guarded or opposed. And how has he done that? He has learned that everyone has to go to school. And he knows everyone goes to school, and they're mandated. You have to go to school. You can't not go to school. And he knows that they have to go to school for about 12 years. At least where I am in the US, 12 years. So how does it all tie together? I just told you. The devil gets 12 years to assimilate, confuse, lie, steal, kill, and destroy because back to school. Right? Seriously. And I'm going to try to put this in a way that's really better to understand. But that's it. The devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy, but we got to ask, what is he coming to steal, kill, and destroy? He's the father of lies, and he wants to confuse. But why does he want to confuse? What does he want to confuse? What is the end game? You got to think like that. What is the end game? What's the result here? You don't want to just confuse me to confuse me. There's a game here. You don't want me to know something. You don't want me to know the truth about something. What is it? The devil is playing the game very, very, very well. He has already changed the education system. When people say it's changing, education is changing, the system is changing. No, you guys are using the wrong word. It is not changing. That means that there is still a progression or a progressive, get that? But it's not. It already has, as in past tense, changed. It already has changed. Why would the devil look around? Why would he lurk in schools and assimilate from the very top of education in where especially I am, but I think it's everywhere, but why would he infiltrate that and then assimilate that at the top to then trickle down to where it's in every community and every school has officially been poisoned? Why would he do that? Because he gets 12 years of access, unrivaled and unopposed, for 12 years. What kind of army could you raise if you had 12 years to get into someone's mind and get into the mind when it's so fresh and hungry and innocent? Guys, seriously. He knows what he's doing. We need to be educated better. We need to know. And I really wanted to just put this out here so that people can know, because it sits on me heavy. It sits on me heavy when I go into schools, when I see the things that I see, when I hear the things that I hear. And I'm like, how is no one paying attention to this? Well, if God gave it to you, maybe you need to start telling other people. Okay, fine then. Here we go, right? So, my little side note. But he's assimilated the schools and the education system to where we're not learning things we should be learning, and we're learning things we shouldn't be learning. And I say we as in like a whole, as in kids. And why would the devil spend so much time and energy to assimilate education? Like, Again, he gets 12 years of access to molding a mind during the most crucial, important times when it's being molded and shifted and identity is being carved. Of course he wants that age group. Of course. He wants to take that time of 12 years to be like, I've got plenty of time. The devil has plenty of time to morph and change and shift and twist and lie and confuse till they don't even think their hand even looks like a hand anymore. Okay? Because if you get in here and twist it enough, they get confused, and then they start to believe the confusion and the lies. Okay? We can see the fruits of the enemy's labor by the generations that we have right now going ape nuts on everything. Okay? Completely just losing minds. And that is from kids to parents to adults. Everyone has just lost it. And so we see them getting worse and worse as they get older. Why are we seeing it getting worse and worse through the generations, much more rapid? Because the devil's virus has infected and assimilated so strong up here, and it's so potent that it has spread like wildfire. And now the things are changing like this. Like what was okay yesterday is not okay anymore. And you're like, wait, what? That was just yesterday. Nope. Instead of him taking years to shift, it's taking months, it's taking weeks, it's taking days. And he has shifted it so much. Why would he spend so much time? Why would the devil be in these arenas and the schools? Why would he get these 12? Because he knows it's 12 years that he's given. He's smart and he's patient. The devil can be very patient, even though he's painted out to be this impatient because of pride and ego. Yeah, he is, but he's still patient in the attack. He's very patient in the attack because it's strategic and patient together, because he knows it will equal the biggest effect. Look at our world, the spiritual battle that is going on right now in the world, yes, but with kids and in the schools. Well, why would he attack the schools? What is he trying to steal, kill, and destroy and confuse and lie? Why would he do that to them? Why don't he do that, to the adults as well? Because there's no place that the adults have to go like kids for 12 years. Our minds are already, for the most part, morphed into crazy confusion and a hot mess. Why is that? Because of what happened as children. That's why. He wants this arena because that's where the innocence is, and identity. Those are the two things that the devil wants to steal, kill, and destroy, and get confused. If he can't steal the identity and the innocence, he wants to confuse the identities, which we see everywhere with all of these, I'm confused about genders. Anyways, just don't get me started on that right now. But the devil has assimilated 12 years, back to school, lies. Now, here brings my next point. Why the children? The most powerful and valuable resource is what the devil wants to go after. And you're like, kids? Everyone's like, oh, money, money, money. Yeah, money, but it's kids. Why? Because they're the most powerful thing that can knock them over, because they still have an innocence and they still have an identity. These two things, when combined in Christ, take on the most powerful thing, like superheroes, all these things you think of like amazing power. Okay, kids are stronger than that if they have these things and they're rooted in God, in Christ. It is way more powerful. Prove it. Done. Psalms 8:2. Why I do the ministry that I do. Psalms 8:2. Through which I guarantee you 90% of you, I read this a million times, but the way that it sticks out now and over the past, like many years I've read it, is different. Through, which means it has to come through the praises of children and infants. The Bible is making sure it says infants in each version that you read, okay? Through the praises of infants and children, you have raised up a stronghold against the enemy to silence the foe and the avenger. Stronghold against the enemy to silence the foe and the avenger. Not only do children have the power in them, working through them, through the praises of these children and infants, to put a stronghold against the enemy, but they have the power to silence the foe and the avenger, to silence the enemy. So he's going for the most powerful, but it's also the most unguarded, and it's also with confusion and lack of knowledge, because knowledge is power, but there's a lack of knowledge how strong and powerful children and infants are. It is not in the adult world that he wants to take down. If you want to take down an adult world, you need to start here and then bring it up with the mindset, changing the mindset, morphing the mindset, adjusting the thoughts, adjusting what is actually true to now be true, right? The devil's going to confuse the children through the education system, because he works through things Just like God said in the Bible, through the praises of infants and children, he has raised up a stronghold. Through them, they have the key, they have the power, okay? You read the Bible, children in there are very underestimated, but more powerful. And it's amazing to me that a lot of us don't see it because we are given confusion and we are given lies and we are given destruction and stealing and killing that information. I want to steal that information from you. That's not really true. That's not what it says. Read it. In the Bible, there's so many keys and flags that point to how important children are as children, not as adults. I say this and I teach this in my children's ministry all the time. It's as children where the power sits, not as adults. They don't get to be an adult and then they get to go and be powerful. Now that they've turned 18, they can go into the world. No, it's through the praises of infants and children. And infants, it's very important that when you read that in each version, it says infants in some way, shape, or form. Because it's infants, which means not that we're all children of God, like all of us. No, infants, because he wants to make sure we understand if we read it and we actually understand infants and children. Infants and children. There is still a connection, there is still an innocence, and as long as they are rooted in Christ with this innocence and identity, it changes the game. The devil knows that. So he's infiltrated and assimilated the one place that can disrupt him the fastest and the most. So he's putting all of his efforts into assimilating and destroying the one place where the most power sits, but we don't know. So where is the most valuable resource that God knows and the devil knows and we're missing? Because we're always missing it. That's the funny thing to me, is that the devil always knows and God, the devil knows things. Like, we act like he doesn't know he's going to be defeated. We act like he doesn't know that God's all powerful. We act like that. But that's not how it works. We act like the devil doesn't know we're strong. The only one who doesn't ever know things is us, which is really funny to me. It's always us. We don't know how powerful we are. We don't know how strong we are. We don't know what we carry. And why is that? Innocence and identity plucked out during the 12 years of assimilation that the devil gets to take us down from the inside, in a place where the parents are not really allowed to go or be or have much of a say. That is powerful. We need to pray for our children, not only pray for them, cover the schools, go around and pray for the schools, around the grounds of the schools. But more than that, because prayer isn't going to fix we need to do something. Get involved. Get someone involved. For every child in a school, I need someone to be involved. If it's not a parent because you work, I get that. Have a grandparent, aunt, uncle, cousin, older sibling, somebody, even if it's someone, grandma down the street, or there's a go back to the grandma being run in the street saying, no, all these kids on my street better act right. Okay? Have someone involved for these kids to speak on their behalf, to be able to be involved on their behalf, to say devil no. When I saw that sign that said still silent straight in my son's school, I said, oh, we're done. I can't. And it sat on me heavy. And I was like, I have to go to work. I have to make money. I have to. I can't do anything about this. And it tore me apart. So much so, like someone ripping paper. Like, it tore at me. I hated it because I'm like, I know there's evil in this. And what am I supposed to do about it? Because I still have to make money. The devil knows this is our thought process as parents. The devil knows this. That's why he's assimilated and in these schools. So 12 years, killing, stealing, destroying, lies, back to school. All of this is wrapped up in one of the major plan that the devil has to take down everything. And we need to stand up and protect our most powerful resources, protect the most powerful thing that can silence the foe and the avenger and create a stronghold against the enemy. Psalm 8:2, read it. And thanks for watching. And if you have any comments, if you are feeling this pull, if you've even had something in the schools that your kids are in that you see, let me know in the comments. Just kind of let me know, talk about it, because it can really help someone else see from your perspective if you've seen it and been a part of it like I have. So thanks for watching.